Hi everyone, today we have a book celebrating Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, which is May. It's called The Truth About Dragons, and it's written by Julie Luang and illustrated by Hannah Cha. We've got some dragon tales. Title page. Leaning close, my darling Bao Bei, and I will whisper a most precious secret about a powerful magic that lives inside you. But in order to understand this magic, first you must go on an epic quest to learn the truth about dragons. You must put on your favorite cloak around your shoulders and your sturdiest boots upon your feet. Leave on a day where the air is crisp as new paper, the wind is gentle, and the skies are clear. Ooh, this sounds like fun, going on a quest, an epic journey. You will journey into the deepest heart of the forest, follow the brook as it winds through the gnarled groves. Dried oak leaves will crunch beneath your steps, and honey-colored sunlight trickles down from the treetops. Wow. So they're going deep into the forest, seeing all these wonderful sights. If you encounter mischievous hobgoblins who peer at you from under mossy bridges, demanding trinkets or answers to riddles, speak briefly and make no promises. Beware the glowing will-o-wisps whose gentle whispers lure travelers from their paths. So she's saying you might encounter some tricky things in the woods, but stay fast on your journey, on your quest. Don't be fooled. Look for a humble yellow cottage perched on stilts in the center of a boggy swamp. A wise woman will be living inside. Her house smells of cedar chests, sugar cookies, and apple cider. A drink she will spoon you from a cauldron. And when you ask her about dragons, she will answer. So he's made it to this woman's house, and she's going to teach him about dragons. Dragons are fearsome and fire-breathing, my child, with wings like bats and the body of a lizard. Piercing horns grace their reptilian heads, she's saying. Dragons are fierce and formidable. They live deep underground, hoarding piles of treasure. Many a foolish knight has failed in their pursuit of a dragon's gold fortune. And that would be one truth about dragons. So, we've got this image of a dragon that's fierce and fire-breathing and with wings and lizard-like and hoards gold. That's one truth about dragons. Now it makes me think there's another, right? You may also journey into another forest, leaving this one behind and going somewhere different. This one of towering green bamboo, cracking and swishing in the breeze. A sticky mist clings to jagged mountaintops, and crickets chirp a merry tune. Follow the footpaths of 9-tailed foxes who turn into ghostly maidens at nightfall. So, although this forest might look different, there's also some similarities, just like there's hobgoblins in the other one. This time we've got foxes that turn into maidens or women, ghostly women at night. If you lose the trail, speak with the white rabbit who dwells on the moon and keeps the moon goddess company. He will guide you back to the path. So this wise rabbit helps you if you lose your way. lives in the moon. Soon you will happen upon an airy palace overlooking a towering waterfall. A wise woman will be living inside. Well, that also reminds me of the last verse. There was a wise woman living there and waiting for the adventurer, covering him with my finger, to come see her. In a sitting room that smells of incense and jasmine rice, she will serve you chrysanthemum tea in a delicate porcelain bowl. And when you ask her about dragons, she will answer. Dragons are majestic creatures of air and fire. You would be lucky if you were ever to see one, my child. They have a body like a serpent with 5 claws on each leg and a flaming pearl embedded in their chin. So, this woman is describing a dragon that's a little bit different than the other one, right? A little bit different, but also similar in some ways. They rule the skies and the rivers, commanding the rain to fall and the flood waters to rise. And that would also be a truth about dragons. So though what this woman is telling our adventurer is different than what he was first told about dragons, they are both simultaneously true. This different serpent-like dragon that rules the sky and the rivers is different than the dragon. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Described by the other woman who breathes fire and hoards gold. But they are both true. I think that's interesting. Most adventurers only have one story to call their own. They either have this story about this type of dragon or this story. And some who cannot travel more than one path may demand that you choose between the clouds and the caves. For dragons cannot dwell in both, they say. So they say, well, I only know this story or this story about dragons, so you have to pick just one story too. Do you think that sounds fair, right? I don't think so. But my darling, my Baobei, this is the precious secret inside your heart where the two forests meet. Both journeys are for you, yours to take. Both worlds are yours to discover. So the mom is telling the son, you don't have to pick one or the other. You can pick them both. You can discover and learn about them both. Take both paths. Learn two truths about dragons. And two wise grandmothers await to share their truths about dragons. So now with that last line, perhaps these grandmothers look familiar from the story. I think they were the wise women who were guiding our little adventurer on his journey, telling the child about maybe like a more Western type of dragon, like from the medieval stories about knights and dragons and hoarding. And then we have an Eastern from China and that culture about dragons who are maybe more benevolent, who help with the weather. And so the mom is telling him, because you have come from two cultures, you have two dragons inside of you, and you get to learn about and explore both of them. And you have two guides in the form of grandmothers who are happy and willing and excited to share with you about those cultures. And I thought, what a great book to talk about being a multicultural person, of having two dragons inside of you. And instead of having to pick one or the other, getting to learn about and explore both. What a gift. And so I hope you enjoyed this book. And I hope you are open to exploring all sorts of different cultures and truths about dragons around you. Thanks for reading and learning with me. I hope to see you soon.